In this video, we're going to look at finding data with match and index functions. I will run the video, but also I would like to make some comments because sometimes it's misleading the way the return value about the raw number represented in your data. For example, here, the return value of this function is going to be item row 28, and which is located in this row, and you can see it's row 32. So why it's returning 28? And I'm going to explain to you from where this value came. So let us watch the video and then go back to the explanation.
Use match to find the row number of a specific value in an array. On the Formulas tab, in the Function Library group, click the Lookup and Reference button. Select Match. In the Function Arguments dialog, in the Lookup Value box, enter the value you want to look up. In the Lookup Array box, enter the range of cells or the name for the single column of data that contains the value you want to look up. In the Match Type argument box, enter 0 to return the position of the first exact match. Click OK. Now that you have identified the row position, use index to return the value of the intersection of that row and a specific column.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here and I'm going to open the file that you have in Blackboard. Remember, I told you all those videos you can experiment with the Excel file that has all the data presented in the whole videos of this chapter. Again, it's the Excel 6 inventory file. I added all the information so you can see all the tabs are available. So in that specific video we watched right now, it's related to the tab called Find Item. So again, what we are trying to find here, we are trying to find a specific item in Excel file, and that item is Glazer 20 O's. And we want Excel to be able to skim the whole data in array, which is the following array, and to return back the location of that item. The first time this item appear actually is going to return the raw number of that item. So let us try the match, and then so you can understand how you can use it. So equal match, and the first value is you're going to provide what is you are looking for. So we are looking for the item called Glazer 20 O's, and followed by comma. Lookup array, that's the array that I am trying to look for my items in. Just making sure that, yeah, just a second. I have to put my cursor here. It was writing actually inside. So let me back up a little bit. Yeah, I ruined the data. Sorry. Let's do this. Click anywhere. Yeah. So from here, the item, I'm gonna click equal, and this is where I want the row to return. So match. First, what is the value I wanna find and match it in my Excel? This is the value, comma, where you want Excel to look for this value, in which array. This is the array that I want Excel to look for the values in. Okay, this is my array, which is start from row 5, as you can see, until row 32. Then comma, if you want the first location or the exact match, the first location of the exact match, you will just add 0. And now enter. As you can see, it's returning 28, even though the Glazer O's, as you can see over here, it's in row number 32. No, Excel is not doing any error by returning this value. The whole problem is that your array starts from row 5. Okay, so your array starts from row 5 because we had some other elements written from a row 1 to a row 4. So the item, which is the bronzing gel, is actually in row 1 in this array and not row 5. So when it returned 28, all it did, distract, try to take off the 4 arrows that were not used in this array from the 32. So 32 minus 4 is 28, and that's why it returned the value 28. So nothing wrong in the formula. So let us continue with the video now.
Select Index from the list of lookup and reference functions. There are 2 possible arguments listed for the index function. Select the Array, Row Num, Column Num option. Click OK. In the Function Arguments dialog, in the Array box, enter the range of cells or the name for the entire data array. In the Row Num box, enter the reference to the cell that contains the match formula. In the Column Num box, enter the number of the column that contains the data you want displayed in the formula results. Click OK. Now,
let me pause now. So the whole idea here, what we are trying to do, we want to know the value, the price of that item we were looking for, the Glazer 20s, in the array of information. So our array here, it include the item ID, the item name, and the price. This is the whole array, and we are telling Excel that find for me in these 3 columns in this array the item that was matched with row 28, its price, which is column 3. That's why we provided number 3 at the column. Okay, and it returned for us the value 25. So technically this is what it did with the index. It returned, so if you're looking at this, it went through all this array, and then it returned the following value, the value associated with the row 28 of the item that is called the Glazer 20s. Okay, so let us see another way around with the same function, which will return the same result, so pay attention.
The match and index nested in a single formula. Begin the index formula. Enter the array argument. Enter the column number in the column num argument. Click in the row num argument box. Click the name box drop-down arrow and select match to open the match function arguments dialog. Enter the arguments for the match function to identify the row. Click OK.
Okay, so this is another way to do it as a nested. The one you feel more comfortable with, you can use. You're gonna have the same information. Okay.